The Right Hemisphere of the Brain by Amelia Schneider. The brain is split up into two hemispheres, the left and right hemisphere. While the two hemispheres appear identical, they control different aspects of life and the body. The right hemisphere of the brain is located on the right side of the brain. The right hemisphere has a more holistic approach. It focuses on the big picture rather than small details. It also deals with one's intuition, in which the right hemisphere is more influenced by emotions rather than facts. The right hemisphere tends not to be dominant in most people, but when it is, their mind is scattered and can cause randomness. Dominant functions of the right hemisphere: spatial abilities, face recognition, faces, places, object recognition, visual imagery, music and art, controls muscles on the left side of the body, receives sensory information from the left side of the body, cognitive functioning, risk-taking. This is an image of the right hemisphere of the brain. If you take a moment to look through it, it maps out different actions and thoughts that the right hemisphere control. It separates the right half into the lobes and what each lobe controls, including facial muscles. Take note of the emotional memory area on the bottom right. The right hemisphere of the brain controls one's emotions, and the sight of something can bring back a memory, which can cause emotions to rush. This is because the right side deals more with feelings over facts. Each person's brain has a dominant hemisphere. Depending on which hemisphere is dominant, that person will have specific weaknesses and strengths. One must learn to cope with their weaknesses and use their strengths to their benefit. If someone has a dominant right hemisphere, it is easier to understand the big picture. However, people try to help remember the details by taking intense notes and using pictures and colors because the right hemisphere benefits from visuals. It helps to get in a quick rear view of one's materials before class or a test to remind them of the details, since the big picture is already easy to remember. Lectures are not an easy way to learn because it is harder to put thoughts into words, which also makes explaining their thoughts verbally hard. Having right dominance also means that they will have a poor sense of timing and priorities. Having a dominant right hemisphere is in no way bad, but just means you will have different struggles and strengths. The right and left hemisphere of the brain appear identical, but have opposite functions. The hemispheres are connected by the corpus callosum, a thick layer of nerve fibers. Please take a moment to look through this chart comparing the two hemispheres. Thanks. Here is another image also comparing the right and left hemispheres of the brain. Please take a moment to review. Thanks. Someone can damage their right hemisphere of their brain, which will cause a struggle with aspects of life that the right hemisphere controls. Causes can be stroke, tumors, infections, surgery, or trauma. Symptoms can be problems with memory, attention, reasoning, orientation, organization, social communication, and problem solving. It also causes left side neglect, which is a form of attention deficit. That means you would not use the left side of your body normally. Treatments differ between patients, but a typical treatment is working with a speech-language pathologist since speech is affected. This was narrated by Natalie Flynn. I hope you enjoy this bibliography and have a great day.